what you get in your kit is you get 100 pack of zip ties. In this kit, you do get your wire nippers. Yes, you do for this one. All right, you get your clothespins. So you get the whole packet in this kit. I made a pattern. I will post the pattern on the VIP group, so we'll put it in the units as well. And I'm going to post it on the Facebook page in case you want to print it off. You just need to print it off. This kit is very, very easy to do. So if you've not done wreath making and you're just new, this is the perfect one for you because it's not hard, but it's going to be super, super cute. It's not difficult. You get this really cute new rabbit face. So this is brand new. So this is what makes this kit a little bit special. So you get this really cute rabbit face. You get these long floppy ears. Yes, I bought a whole bunch of them. I actually bought all these ears for the rabbit kit before Christmas. So it's a headband, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it because it's going to be amazing. All right, you get a roll of snowdrift mesh. Now, I forgot when I grabbed all my supplies from the warehouse, I forgot to grab a roll of the mesh that you guys will actually be getting. Now, I just got a plain roll of snowdrift mesh. However, in your kit, you will either get this snowdrift mesh that has more snow on it, okay, or you will get a roll of the snowdrift mesh like this snowman with iridescent foil. Okay, so I couldn't buy enough of one kind of snowdrift mesh. The wholesaler was all out of stock. So I bought two kinds. So each roll has something special to it. So if you get the snowdrift mesh with lots of snowdrift, it'll look really fuzzy. If you get the other snowdrift mesh, it has iridescent foil and is sparkly. So either one will turn out fabulous. I'm using just plain, so yours is going to turn out way better than mine will even turn out, okay? So you do get a roll of snowdrift, and you don't get to pick. It's whatever the Buffalo factory sends out, and they are being sent from the Buffalo factory, so you will, if you ordered today, you'll probably get your kit by Thursday. So they're already pre-made and ready to go out the door. You get a roll of this buffalo check ribbon. It's a 10-yard roll. And I'm going to use this. I wanted just to keep the ribbon simple because look at these tiny carrots that you get. You get two of these little jute carrots. And we're going to put one carrot in each of the bow. We're going to make a bow at the top of the bunny's ear. So this bunny is going to be a girl bunny. And we're going to put a bow on each ear and put the little carrot in the center of the bow. How cute is that, right? So you guys get these little carrots. Yes, I bought thousands of these little carrots. You get your roll of ribbon. You get a roll of mesh. You get your long floppy bunny ears. You get your vinyl insert. You get your character board. And you get your zip ties, your wire nippers, your clothespins, and for the VIP, you get your bunny burlap carrot. And you get a pattern. Not bad for $29.99, I would say. Okay, let's get this party started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my vinyl face, my vinyl bunny face onto the board. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your top hanging holes, so the two holes at the top, they're divoted in. You can see that. The actual word's called chamfered. Those are your top. Now, if you forget to put your holes at the top, do not freak out. Don't take everything apart. Don't try and take your vinyl off to move it. You can just make a simple hanger with any hole on the outside of the board, okay? Just stick a zip tie down and up and make a hanger and just hang it like that. Don't redo your wreath or anything because your hanging holes weren't at the top. So, no frets. We don't want any stress in crafting, right? Okay, so the character boards you will find are really smooth now, okay? And there used to be some marks, and they are injector pins. You'll see these little circles here. There was a couple on the board, and I actually got our tool and die maker to actually take those injector pins off and move them so they're not on the board anymore. So, and the board is smooth because a lot more people are using vinyls rather than Mod Podging, and the vinyls stick so much better to the smooth surface than the rough surface. Okay, so if you are still loving to Mod Podge, which you seen me the other night, I still did. All you want to do is with a sandpaper rough up your board. So scratch it this way, then scratch it this way, dust it all off, and that just gives it some teeth for your Mod Podge to grip. All right. Make sure there's no glitter or anything on your board, and we're just going to peel our bunny face off the vinyl, off the paper here. My hands are so super dry. Come on, there we go. So just carefully peel it up. Don't let it fold up on itself, because if it folds up on itself, it's really hard to come apart. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the center of his face. Oh, how did I get a big wrinkle in the middle? So what I tend to do is I tend to fold it like this and make an imaginary line. And you're going to drop, what I'm looking at is this hole and this hole in my imaginary line. And I'm going to drop it onto the board. Now I am going to do a tutorial and just lightly place it on. Okay, don't smooth anything out yet, because if you smooth it out, it's going to activate the adhesive on the back of this vinyl, and that adhesive sticks really well. So until you know you have perfect placement, don't squeegee anything yet. Hold it up, make sure your face is centered, looks centered to me. It's a face, it really doesn't matter. And then for those of you that don't have like a squeegee or anything, you can take a credit card or a gift card. Of course, this is a Michael's one. And I'm going to put a piece of paper towel right over my card, just like that. And this will prevent the card from scratching my vinyl. Okay? So once you have your vinyl, I have a little cut there. Once you have your vinyl placed down and you like the positioning, if not, you can lift it back up and reposition it again. Once you're happy with it, you're going to take your card and from the center, squeegee, and you can hear that air getting pushed out. Squeegee from the center to the outside of your vinyl, all the way around. And you'll hear the air bubbles coming out. Now your vinyl will look a lot better than mine. This is a one that I screwed up. It's got a little nick in here, and I thought instead of printing another one, I would just use it for my demo. Hear that? That's those air bubbles coming out. There we go. That's it. That's all there is. And then just go over it really fast. Make sure there's no more air bubbles. If you do, go and got your wreath almost done and you see one little air bubble, don't fret. All you have to do is take a little pin, put a teeny tiny hole in that air bubble, and then squeegee it out. The air bubble will be gone and you will not see the hole. Okay? And that's it. We are flat. And this sucker is not coming off, and it's UV coated. The vinyl is UV vinyl, so it won't fade either. So that's pretty fabulous, right? Okay, so we are good. There, our wreath frame and our bunny face, all one piece, no wiring. Just a credit card or a debit card if you don't have a squeegee, and paper towel, toilet paper, whatever. You just want to make sure that when you're squeegeeing it, you don't want to scratch it, put scratches or anything on it. And this is good to go. Alrighty? So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut our vinyl, or not our vinyl, our mesh. Now, I didn't cut my mesh. I'm going to do everything right in front of you guys. So let me clean up a little bit. Aren't these carrots? They're so stinking cute. Okay, so there's your roll of mesh. And what you're going to need is we're going to cut 16 pieces at 10 inches. And we're going to cut 16 pieces at 12 inches. Okay? Now, there's many ways you can do this wreath, and if you check out my YouTube channel, go under character boards, you can do any way you see that you like. You can do poofs on the inner holes on row 2. You can do ruffles. You can do whatever you want with your putting your mesh on. I'm going to just show you a really easy way, and it's actually really cute. So to do the way I'm going to do it, you need 16 pieces at 10 inches and 16 pieces at 12 inches. Make sure your cut is correct, because that only leaves, there's 360 inches of mesh on a 10-yard roll. And we are going to be using, I believe, 254. So it only gives us 6 inches of grace. Okay. Where's my other piece? So I'm going to cut, oh, of course, we're going to have a serged piece. Hopefully that doesn't screw me up. So I'm going to cut my 10 inches right now, just using my rotary cutter. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. Now mine came in 2 pieces, so hopefully they didn't jip me off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep in mind, your mesh is going to be so much prettier than my mesh. So mine's just kind of played. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, there's my 16 10-inch pieces. And now I'm going to do 12-inch pieces, 16. Now I do have a piece already cut, so I'm going to do 15. but you're going to do 16 at 12 inches. Now, if you're really worried about not having enough mesh, you can do 10, 11, or 12 inches. That is totally up to you. So there's 2. And the only reason I'm doing 12 inches is so we have a fuller wreath and we don't have this little extra roll left over kicking around our craft room that has just a little bit left on it. I hate that. I'd rather use up the whole thing on a project than leave like a quarter of a roll. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was going to do just poops on row 2, but I wanted it fluffy. 11, 12, 13. Now I've already cut 2 pieces, so I have 2 pieces on the side here. 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I got lots. Plus, like I said, I cut 2 pieces over on the side, and we still have another. So you guys will have lots to cut at 12 inches. So I'll just use these fresh pieces. I won't even have to use these pieces. All right, so we got 12 10-inch and 12 12-inch. Make sure you remember which pile is which. Okay. This is the 12 inches, and this is my 10 inches. And the snowdrift likes to stick to your cutting board. Hello, everybody. Okay. Now, where's my board? We're going to take our board. And I'm going to do row 2 first. Actually, maybe I should do row 1. I'll do row 1 first because that way you guys can see what I'm doing easier. You can do, once you've seen how the wreath is made, you can figure out which way you want to make it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the outside rows. So row 1. And I want to make this wreath pretty big because his ears, they're a pretty good size, his floppy ears. Okay, so we want to make his face a pretty good size. So I'm just taking a zip tie and I'm going underneath and up through the hole, and I'm just resting it on my table so it kind of makes an L shape. And you want to make sure that your zip tie head, the flat part, is facing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so that when you put the tail into the head of the flat part, it is going to lock and you'll hear that zipping sound. That's what we want. Okay. Now, you probably think I'm going to use the 12 inches on the outside. I'm not. I'm going to be using the 10 inches on the outside because I want the bunny's face nice and full around him. So I'm just going to use the kerfuffle. Because I did not heat seal these, I'm going to do the kerfuffle, and it almost is like a ruffle and a curl around at the same time. And what you do is you're going to take your piece of mesh, this is the 10 by 10 one, curl up in front of you. Okay, so curl up, it rolls up on itself. I have the factory edges on the left and right hand side of me. Now, if you're watching me, always take note that my tattoo is on my right hand. Okay, so it's going to be opposite looking to you guys, but it's a good reference to always remember Lori's right hand has the tattoo. Okay, curl up, factory edges on the side. You're going to fold this cut edge. This is where we cut. Just into the center. Just guess where the center is. Take the top piece and go just a little bit over top of the bottom piece, like this. And then we're going to just scrunch up the center, like that. This is the bad side, because we can see the cut edge. We're going to flip it over to the good side. I'm going to put it where I pinched it right onto the board, and we're going to take this zip tie and go around it. Okay, and I like to push so it makes kind of a V, and this is going to be almost like a frame going around his face. So it makes the wreath even look bigger than it actually is. Okay, again, this is the 10-inch. Now you can do the 12-inch on the outside. You can, if you have extra mesh at home, you can even make your pieces a little bigger. It's totally up to you. It's your wreath. Okay, scrunch it. So you bring, I just pinch the top, pinch the bottom, and then just scrunch it to the, or slide it to the center. Flip it over so we see the good part. Put the middle right onto the board, and the zip tie is going around. Here, let me scroll down so you guys can see. All right. Before I totally tighten it, I kind of make it into a V so it's facing the outside, and pull tight. Okay, so we got a kind of a curl roll thing happening without having to see the edge and all its fray. Pretty cool, eh? And I call it the kerfuffle only because
happening without
sorry, Lori, be quiet. I call it the kerfuffle because it's so fun to say. Say kerfuffle with me. It brings a smile to your face. Kerfuffle. Kerfuffle. Then you're going to take your little pink nippers. Now you can do this after you've done all of them. You're going to go straight down. Put the zip tie in between. Straight down right to the head of the zip tie and squeeze. All right, and we're cutting these zip tie tails right off. And I have this little container I use, and I throw my tails in. It just keeps everything a little neater at the end for cleanup. All right, again, this is what we're doing. Fold over, pinch at the top, pinch up the bottom, and scrunch. Flip it over. We want these to be at the bottom. Put the center on the board and go around the mesh. Now, if you don't squeeze really hard, you can actually use your wire nippers to help you pull the zip tie. And then once it's pulled, snip. Pull, and then snip. You have to squeeze good to get it to cut. So when you're pulling, don't squeeze really hard, just pull loosely. Like I said, this kit is really super simple to make, but it's going to be adorable. And it's perfect for anybody that's just a beginner or hasn't used the boards yet. Pinch, pinch, and then push to the middle. Again, you can pull and then snick. So you can see how much bigger we are getting already with the mesh going outwards like this. Fold, fold, scrunch, scrunch, and then slide together. All right, so there we go. We just made a big frame around our bunny. Look how big this is now. It is 24 inches. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to preload, open, down, and up, just like that. Okay, all on row 2. This is what we're going to do. Down and up. Okay, we'll just do a few for now. Now I'm taking my 12 inch and we're going to do the exact same thing. Curl up. The finished edges are to the left and right of me, but we're just making a bigger curl. So each of the seam is over top of each other. Pinch, pinch, and then slide to the middle. You've got this. It kind of looks more like a woodland ruffle now because we have a little bit more mesh. Flip it over. And this time, I'm not going to curve it like this. I'm just going to keep it out straight. Okay? Do it nice and tight and cut this off. Because once we start putting all the mesh in, I want it to stand up straight like this, going around. So, nice side. We got that seam on the bottom. Put it straight on in between the two holes. Come around. Zip it up. And cut your mesh. Now you can add like little daisies and stuff in here as well if you want. Like you can amp up your wreath a lot more. But then again, you guys all know me. I'm quite simple. I like the simple. And you can also just do poofs going around as well. Yeah, I love this method too. It's very, very easy, and the end result looks so pretty. So you can see how full it's getting, and it still looks like it's curls, right? And as we add more, it's all going to squish together, and you won't see any of the board. So we're just going around and putting our kerfuffles in. Okay, we're done. So you want to make sure seams down. And we're going to go, I'm not going to worry too much about my kerfuffles right now because we're going to add our ears in. But look how big this is with just one roll of mesh. Isn't she cute? There's our back, still nice and neat. Now, if you didn't want your wreath this big, as big as mine, what you can do is instead of going from the hole on row 1 to the outside of the board, you can go and put your zip ties from here to here and use the shared hole, and it'll make your wreath a little bit smaller. Okay, so if you use from here to here with your zip ties instead of around the board. All right, so our face is done. So now we're going to tidy up here a second, and we're gonna get our ears. Now the ears are a headband, and you can just pull the actual headband right off. It's just glued. So there we go. We got 2 separate sets of ears, or two ears now without the headband. Where's my scissors? Gonna cut off the trashy tag. Okay, and you can see where the middle is. I'm gonna cut, there's a seam here. I'm gonna cut right down the middle to make 2 separate ears. Alrighty? There's one ear. And then we're opening in for the second ear. Now, last year when I did ears, I did some bling going around the inside of the ears. I'm wondering if I can do the same with this bling rope. It might be too much, but oh, I might have to bling up my ears. But I'll do it after my kit because everybody will think that the bling comes in the kit. But I'm going to add some later. So you can use that rhinestone mesh stuff too if you want to add bling. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your board and we're going to attach her ears. So there's your hanging holes at the top, and that's the top of your board. Where we're going to put the ears is I'm going to put right where the hanging holes, I'm going to put a zip tie between these 2 holes right here. So one to the right and one to the left of the center hanging hole. Let's see if this will work. There we go. So just stick your zip tie in between on these holes. Push that head through. It's easier than digging through your mesh if you do it upside down like this. Okay, so there's our hanging hole. I put a zip tie to the right and I put one to the left of the hanging hole, and these in the middle here. Alrighty, easy peasy. I need another drink. Now what you're going to do, yes, the rhinestone ribbon from Dollar Tree, that might work too. You can get the rolls of, like, it's called rhinestone mesh wrap. You can use that just fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take where I cut, find my zip tie. There it is. I'm going to put the end right into the zip tie and do around it. Get your snippers and pull it tight. And then you can move your mesh around so it looks like the ears are coming right out of the top of her head, and then I'm going to do the other side, just right here. Take the end, put it in the middle, in between the head and tail of your zip tie, and go around it. Now I'm not going to glue anything really in place until I know exactly that that's where I want everything. Now you could probably even make the ears standing up and have it folded down maybe. Not sure. Oh my God, she's so cute. I poke a hole at the top of the ear, grab a zip tie, put the zip tie through the hole in the ear. I put a zip tie through the hole, and what I'm going to do, there's the center. I'm going to use this as almost like thread. I'm going to feed it through some of the mesh, so 2 pieces of this mesh here. Okay, and then I'm going to zip tie it to the mesh. Just like that. Okay, and then you can put the bow right on her ear and the carrot, and do the same for the other side. So we'll put a hole through the ear, oh shoot, I lost my hole. We'll have to put another one. Okay, where's my center? There's my center right. Where's my center? There's my center right here. So I'm just going to feed this zip tie through a couple pieces of this mesh. And you don't see the zip tie because it blends in with the mesh. Zip tie it tight. Okay. And then you can put some glue on the back side so it sits on the mesh. And then put your little bows for her ears. just like that. Look how cute. Now this bow is a little bit bigger than the other one. And you can glue your ears to the side like this as well. And put the bows whatever way you want. So you guys can do whatever you want. If you want to do a simple bow for the two bows, okay, cut your piece of ribbon at 24 inches. I'm going to show you an easy way. So cut a piece of ribbon 24 inches. Okay, you got your ribbon. What you're going to do is take your ribbon and just crisscross it like this, almost like the breast cancer sign, like that. Take the top, bring the top right down to where you've crossed it here. Actually, these are too long. I want the tails a little bit longer. And then you got a cutesy little bow. And you can put a zip tie around it to keep it together. My hands are so dry. I'm seeing all your suggestions, you guys, when you get your kit. I can't wait to see what you guys do with them. You can do whatever you want. Remember, dare to be different. So there's a simple bow that you can put, you make two of them. So it's 24 inches. And I'm going to dovetail the end. And then you can put your little carrot in the center of her bow. And then put a bow. So you could just hot glue your bow and your carrot on each ear. Look, oh, that is really cute. And then you could put another one on this side and then hang your carrot, zip tie it, and then you would glue it down at the bottom. Look how cute she is. She's soups cute. However, so that's one way you can do it. The other way I'm going to do a bow in the center. I'm going to do a bigger bow in the center. And of course it's serged here. I have a piece that's sewn together, so I'll just use that for some tails. Although it's a little bit large for tails. Zip tie, and I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. Although when you're doing the bow you can just glue your bow to the mesh because the bow is not heavy, especially like the two little bows. If you want to do two little bows on her ears, just glue them on. They're very lightweight, and there's no sense, you don't need to pipe cleaner the bow on or anything. Actually, I think I might just glue mine on too. Screw it. Now these tails are a tad bit long. And we'll do the curl thing. Open up our loops, so start with the back ones. And you want to open up the loops here. There we go. So you could put this in between her ears. You can put it down below. If you want to put, like, kind of do a boy one. It's up to you. All right, and then I'm going to glue this carrot right in the center. Oh my gosh, look how cute it is. Isn't that adorable? And then I'm just going to glue this in between her ears. Yeah, you can put the carrot on the board. You can just do whatever you would like. Oh, look how cute. Okay, these are too long. Actually, maybe I'll roll them. I should have put a pipe cleaner on. I think I am going to put a pipe cleaner on. Just because this bow is pretty big. So I'm just putting a pipe cleaner underneath the zip tie. Grr. Come on, Laura. Yeah, I like making the kits. They're a lot of work though, especially trying to source everything. Because I get a vision in my head and I know what I want to make, and it's just trying to find the materials and supplies and enough that I can make 300 kits, you know. It was easy when I was only making 50 kits. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring this down and just pipe cleaner it to the board. Okay, so this is where I'm pipe cleanering it. You can see where there's the hanging holes. I'm just going to loosely, just so the bow is on, and I'm going to add some glue as well. But if you're just doing little tiny bows on her ears, you don't have to pipe cleaner it on. And then when you're back here, you might as well put your hanging, go down one hole, up the other, through the hanging holes, and make your hanger. And if you're gifting this, you can write a little, inscribe a little message on the back with a Sharpie. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. What do you guys think? Isn't she cute? What do you guys think? I like how it's different. You always see the bunnies with their ears standing up. Not me. I like my ears floppy. Alright, we'll push some of this back so we can see her cute little face. We still have one more carrot. You can put the carrot in going in his mouth or her mouth if you want. We'll put one down here, but you have your burlap carrot that you can put right down at the bottom. So what you're going to do is take your get your carrot, your burlap carrot. So there's the center. If you want it put perfectly in the center, put your zip ties over top of the current one that's there. Oh, put it in backwards. Go down and up. Take your carrot with the twine, just put the twine into the zip tie and zip it up. Alright, so it's on, it's zip tied on the board, and then you can also just put some glue. Put a little bit of glue on your carrot as well, just to keep it right on top of the mesh. I'm not going to glue mine right now, but isn't she cute? And put some bling in her ear. So like I said, you can put your ears wherever you want. I think she's adorable. Very, very cute. And that's it. That's the kit. Now you'll have lots of ribbon left over. You can save that. Oh, what about bunny? Oh, I never even thought of that. What about little bows at the tips of her ears? What do you guys think? Yay or nay? No. Adorable. I know. I can't wait to see what you guys do with your kits. Like I said, you do not have to do your kit like mine. You can if you want. Feel free. But there's all kinds of other tutorials on our YouTube channel, Unique in the Creek. Under character boards, you'll see all different types of ways that you can do it. If you like something better than the way I just did it, feel free. You got lots of stuff to work with, and yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.